I is for internal. And let's face it, there is a constant dialogue going on. Do you realize that? You have a constant dialogue going on inside your mind that is not necessarily your own. And do you pay attention to what that dialogue says to you? Because it's not always positive. And each of us, that dialogue comes from somewhere, probably from the way we were raised or the things that we've been through, the things that we've decided, you know what, I've got experience on this, I know. And there it goes. Our protective part of our mind that wants to protect us from whatever it is always on overdrive. But the thing is that that's not necessarily a bad thing, because whatever that internal dialogue is like our engine service light. It's saying, hey, here's where the problem is. So if you can listen to that internal dialogue, then it'll tell you a lot about what you need to know. And our internal dialogue is not always working on our best or our behalf, frankly. A lot of times it's working against us to talk us out of the things that we're trying to do, or to create fear and doubt around something that we're really excited about. So it's really important that we really get in touch and really get a hold on that internal dialogue. And my prayer, whenever it comes to this part of clarity, is what is in me that I need to learn from? There are tons of things that are inside of us that we can learn from, whether it's trauma on the negative side, or maybe it is a strength that comes from your ancestors. So it's not always a negative. A lot of times it's a positive, but there's a whole lot going on inside. And my prayer is always, what can I learn? What needs to come to the surface so that I can learn from it and let it go? So, what is going on in your internal dialogue? If you stop for a moment and become aware of it, is it working for your good or is it working against you? And what is it in you that needs to come to the surface so that you can learn from it and let it go? There's so much power in that. The awareness. That is the very first step. And there is so much power in that. So ask yourself that question and see what comes up. Bonus material. So when it comes to our internal dialogue and what is happening inside, God has a huge interest in that. You know, a lot of times that internal dialogue is not coming from Him. It's coming from fear and doubt. And honestly, that's not of God. That is straight from the enemy. And so it's so powerful that as we think about our internal dialogue, as we think about the things inside of us that make us who we are, it's so important to invite God into that and to ask Him to show us what it is that we need to basically let bubble to the surface so that we can let it go. There's no one better at shining a light at the different parts of our personality that we really need to inspect, because God is such a good Father and He does it in such a gentle, beautiful way. So as you're digging into this and thinking about this on a daily basis, what is inside me that I need to learn from? Invite God into that and ask Him, what is inside of me that I need to learn from?